What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Dokkan. Now, today we're going to be talking about the free-to-play Cumber, okay? That's this event right here. This unit is actually, I haven't tested him yet, so we're going to test him here in a moment, but he's really interesting because it's been a while since we've gotten one of these. But let me go ahead and open up, I'm just going to go to the Dragon Ball Heroes team because it's easier that way. When you awaken this guy, now when you get him initially, he drops as Evil Oppression, Evil Saiyan. Okay? Then when you Dokkan awaken him, he awakens to Unleashed Saiyan Cumber. Okay? Now, that means that you can farm up both, and as you can see, I'm actually in the middle of it right now. When it comes to farming up both, pretty much, you can use them on the same team. The initial Cumber here has links Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Tough as Nails, Brutal Beatdown, Fear of Faith, and Prepared for Battle, not Fierce Battle. Would make sense for him if you have Fierce Battle if he's not awakened free to play. Prepared for Battle. Okay? Now, no, I have not put orbs into him, but I am actually going to because I want to see how tough he gets. That said, here is my other Cumber build, and I'll explain my Cumber build here in a moment. Stats are not the best, but, you know, they are what they are. Okay? Details. Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Tough as Nails, Brutal Beatdown, Fear and Faith, Prepared for Battle, and Shattering the Limit. The only thing that this unit has, the other one doesn't, is Shattering the Limit. Being a key link, and being that he's on the free-to-play team and all that other stuff, is not really going to make that much difference, right? Because when you link the other Cumber with him, he's going to be fine. Evil Saiyan. With him, he's going to be just fine. You're not going to have any problems with Key on that team. Okay? Now, my build. I went mostly double attack, and let me explain. Okay? There's some question as to whether I'm going to do that with the other one, but I might just do it just for giggles, because I don't think the other one's going to really be a damage producer. He's mostly just a link partner. Passive skill. Key +2, attack and defense 50%, all extreme class allies attack and defense 20%. So he's got 70% right there when attacking. Now notice it says when attacking. That actually is closer to like 80% because that 20% tacks on after everything else whenever it's conditional like that. Super class enemies. So it's not really 20%. It's actually closer to like 25, 30%. It really depends. For him, it depends on them. For them, I believe they just get it because it's a passive skill. They just get it when you get all the other skills. I don't think it's conditional on the other units. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's how that works. Superclass enemies, attack and defense -20% after receiving an attack. So for that part of the passive to work, you actually have to hit the enemy, and that's actually critical. I'll explain why here in a second, because launches an additional super attack within the same turn after receiving an attack as the first attacker in the turn. So in other words, the only way that part of it works is he has to be the first attacker, obviously, and someone has to be attacking before his turn. As you know, like, it shows you the orbs, who's attacking, blah, 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 blah. Someone has to hit you before your turn even begins in order for that to work, and he has to be that first person. That means that person that's hitting you isn't getting that effect for his passive. They are not, you know, in an attack down state or anything like that. So you're going to get hit a little harder like that. That said, he's then going to get double attacks, which is kind of nice. Now remember, here's the big thing and the reason I went double attack on my my Cumber build. Critical does, you know, a die roll every single time you attack, but it only applies to the attack that a die rolls on. So in other words, basically pretty much what happens when you do an attack, it decides whether it's going to crit or not. Each attack gets its own crit chance. Double attack does a roll every single time you attack, but every single time you attack, you have better odds of getting that double attack. So in other words, in this very specific circumstance, admittedly, but in that very specific circumstance, you actually have an option to get up to 3 attacks. That's going to hit a lot harder than a crit. Now, I do still have crit chance in him. He has native crit chance. So I've gone 15 double, 11 crit. Note he has no evasion. Evasion would be good on his build. But I'm kind of I'm not going to use him that often. So for me, I'm not putting I'm not putting evasion in him. That's just the build that I have gone with. Okay, that is pretty much the same build I'm going to do on the other one. Now, odds of me using the other one in place. Let's just compare stats here. Now, admittedly, this one has orbs in them, but defense is 66.95. Defense over here is 35.61. Now, admittedly, he doesn't have everything in him. He's, let's just go ahead and see what happens here. Now, I'm not going to know because I'm not going to put orbs into him yet, but let's just see what happens here real quick. What he goes up to. So he is now... Ooh, he didn't get much, did he? He'll be lucky. Lucky after orbs to get. I think he gets 400 more, so he'll be just north of 4,000. I think that's what he gets. I don't remember exactly, but so he'll be right around the 4,000 mark. So putting him in that first slot is actually not a good idea, but there are certain circumstances where you want to do that because, sometimes that second attack, they're just going to be hammering down on that second attack. You'll know when you're receiving an attack and when it's more beneficial to put the other version in that position. Well, he's not going to get his double attack. He will, putting this one in that position is going to be a bit of a disadvantage. Let's go ahead and just run a quick cell run. Been a minute since I've done any cell runs, if I'm honest. But let's do one. Where did Cell go? There he is. Passed right over him. Let's do a cell run, and let's go ahead and put Cumber on our team and see what happens here, okay? I'm going to go do a Pure Saiyans build. I haven't done a Pure Saiyans build in a minute either. So let's put together a quick Pure Saiyans team. It's probably going to be a bit of a sloppy team, if I'm honest, but let's just see what happens here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and... I'm not going to worry about links with him, only because he's going to have... Hopefully, if the other one's on his team, he's going to have enough with himself there. Pure Saiyans, okay? And we're going to go ahead and use Vegeta lead. I'm going to grab the 2 Cumbers. Yes, the other one doesn't have orbs in him, so he's a slight liability, but I'm not going to worry about that. Then I'm going to go ahead and put those 2 on there and him on there. And I think that's good. Actually, yeah, we're going to go with that. We're just going to go with that. Why the heck not? It's as beastly a team as I could think of. I know the other Vegeta and Goku probably not bad on there, but those 2 units are actually really good too. So, but we're not here to really gauge the team. We're here to gauge Cumber. Okay. Unfortunately, looks like he's off rotation, but that's okay. We're not gonna get the other Cumber with him. That's all right. There are worse fates. There are worse fates. All right. So let's jump in real quick. See how this do. All right. So turn 1, we ain't even worried about it. Boom and boom. All right. Let's see what happens here. And yes, I could have built it with more ints. I didn't really want to just because these units are like, they're ridiculous. They're just ridiculous. This Pure Saiyans team is just beastly. Now remember, what we're going to see here with Cumber isn't exactly the pinnacle of what Cumber's capable of. Because remember, A, he's not going to be linked up right. B, this is only a 77% lead. Not like a 170 lead. Obviously, we could put him on a team with the Pure Saiyans, a proper Pure Saiyans lead or someone like that, he's going to hit a lot harder. But we're here, we're now, and we're going to see what happens. Okay? And also remember, like I said on this next one, we're not going to have all of our attack links, but it's just a good all-around display of his capabilities. Okay? So everyone else is sitting in the middle. Let's see. Alright, so here's our Awakened Cumber. Alright. So attack actually looks halfway decent. Let's see. Yeah. Alright. You know what? Let's see. What are his links after transforming? I don't remember. Saiyan lineage, shattering the limit. Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't. Let's see. What does Cumber have? Let's see. He has Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Now, he doesn't have Super Saiyan, so he's not going to get that 10%, but that's okay. Boom. Here we go. All right. I guess I probably realistically should have put him in the middle, but I'm just not really worried about it. All right, let's see what he does here. Oh, man. That's slightly disappointing, I'm not going to lie. 300k, but since he got that attack, he's going to double. Can you crit for us on this one? No crit. And he got a third attack. Now, while he is not hitting as hard, just be real, he's not hitting as hard. He had every opportunity to. He just didn't get a crit. A. B. He had the ability to get a third super attack there. That's kind of the best possible situation. I imagine he would hit a little bit harder, but I don't think he's going to go quite as hard as the others. But, you know, another free-to-play Pure Saiyan, not a bad thing. And, you know, if you're early game, Pure Saiyan's team is ridiculous to begin with, so not a bad way to grind Prime Battle. I'm not going to lie, slightly underwhelmed by him. But, you know, let's compare, actually. Worth the comparison, because it was a team we just kind of put together at the last minute. So, let's see here. So we got Shattering the Limit is 2 key. Saiyan Lineage. Ooh. Saiyan Lineage is 1 key. Prepare for Battle is key. So Saiyan Warrior Race is attack 700. Yeah, no, I don't think he was really all that well supported. Let's see what his actual attack links are if we're actually going to do a real comparison of this here. All right. So Saiyan Warrior Race, as we already know, 700. Saiyan Lineage is key. Tough as Nails, which we did not have linked up, would have been defense, which makes sense. Brutal Beatdown would have been attack 10%. That's the one thing he would have gotten. He would have gotten 10% more attack. Fear and Faith is key. Prepare for Battle and Shattering the Limit are all key. So he has a 10% attack link that wasn't linked up. I don't think that's going to amount that much more. Let's be realistic. Is he worth the rainbow? He honestly wasn't, in my humble opinion. But I digress. I'm still going to do it. I'm going to go do the other one too. It's, you know, at this point, I'm personally drowning in orbs, so I might as well do it. What the hell? The other thing that is actually worth mentioning here, and this is actually definitely worth mentioning. Let's go back to the Dragon Ball Heroes team. Okay, if you manage to pull this Cumber, the physical Cumber from the banner, remember that other Cumber is farmable for this one too. So basically, and I don't have my other one awoken, but if we go up in here and go to Training Partners, you'll see that the awoken Cumber is SA for this. Now, let's go ahead and level set right now and be realistic. That is 200 medals. 200 medals. But on average, I've been getting, 5 to 6 medals a run. If you run the Cumber event with a Dragon Ball Heroes team, you'll get 2 to 3 drops every single time. It could drop 2 or 3 on the 15 stam, 2 or 3 per drop. And when you're getting double, triple drops, that's going to add up pretty quickly. So, worth mentioning, worth noting, and worth taking advantage of. And realistically, if you do full stamina runs without using Dragon Stones to restore, which I think is kind of silly, it's 3 stamina runs, 2 stamina runs. I don't know, not very many. Depending upon where you're at level. I'm assuming like level 500, maybe 3 stamina runs. Let's call it 3 stamina runs. So it's really not that big a deal. Plus his drops are really not bad. Once again, use the Dragon Ball Heroes team, and you'll get, I'd say on average, I get 2 per run. There are some dry runs where you get nothing. There are some runs where you get like 4 of them. So, because he could drop deuces, which means, you get triple drops, you get deuces on every drop. You got 6 of them in one go. Blah. And I have had that happen. Don't doubt it. It's happened. So, yeah, it's worth, you know, and for me, let's consider the actual Dragon Ball Heroes team one more time, okay? And let's just go to character list. Cumber's the only unit on this team that you can farm. Because even your Gokus, Xeno Goku, Xeno Vegeta, you know, Gohanks. Where's the Gotenks unit? There's Gotenks. Gotenks is Xeno Gotenks. So every single one of these units, with the exception of the free-to-plays, requires Kais. We have a farmable Cumber. Take advantage if you pulled him. So, yeah. But yeah, all in all, I mean, if you're new to the game, or if you just are like me and you just get all the free-to-plays and collect them and rainbow them for the simple sake of doing it, it's not that bad. Once again, though, he's not the greatest there in the world, but I'm probably going to keep him on the team I'll probably go build a Pure Saiyans team that's just fun to run, that I just love watching SAs on. That's probably what I'm going to go do with that, because let's be real, the Cell grind is kind of a joke. It really is. Let me know what you think of Cumber in the comment section down below. I was really excited, and I'm a little underwhelmed when seeing him versus some of the other units we have on the Pure Saiyans team. Maybe that's me. But fair enough point. If he were to get 3 super attacks, and he were to crit on all those super attacks, and he had the 10%, he would have actually hit harder than those other units. But being as absolutely conditional as that is, it's hard to justify. It's absolutely hard to justify. That said, like I said, I would definitely go double attack on him. I wouldn't go crits on him. 100%. You put him in the right situation, you treat him right, and you use him right, he's going to be a fun unit. So, there you go, guys. My 2 cents on the matter. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to stay up to date. I'll catch y'all tonight for the Dokkan Battle live stream. And I got one other coming. I have some JP news coming. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, see y'all in a few.